And welcome back. Well, we're going to be talking about sports and politics. Our first topic is going to be covering, you guys go wherever you want to with this. We've got the new developments, OSSAA. You know, only time Coach Switzer ever contacted me to talk about, to come on Hot Seat was, I want to talk about OSSAA. They've had a rough year. You've got OU in Texas expanding the Cotton Bowl deal. Yay, we all like that. Also, NIL, we see Dylan Gabriel's leaving to go to Oregon. Nike, get it. I mean, there's so much sports and politics right now.
Yeah. Well, Scott, I would tell you this, and obviously the Supreme Court made the decision on NIL, so that's really off the table. It's out there, and frankly, I believe in a player should be able to be paid for their name, image, and likeness. Now, at the college level, what's really made it, turn into free agency is this automatic transfer stuff, where you can go anywhere you want. You don't have to sit out a year. You can play right away. And then now we're bringing that back into Oklahoma, like you just talked about, OSSAA this week, saying that they could allow a kid to transfer. And the other part of that is they actually said they don't have to establish residency, which is amazing. And so I don't know how all that works, meaning, I'm in UConn, and some kid from Midwest City can basically play for UConn but still live in Midwest City. That's weird.
Counselor, your thoughts about this?
Well, my thoughts about this, let's go back almost 25 years ago. There was a guy by the name of O'Banion that played basketball at UCLA, filed a lawsuit about this entire subject. But the NAACP ignored him for years. They could have stopped this, guys, in its infancy, but they didn't do it. So now we got NIL. Now let's talk about Oklahoma OSSAA. They are a mini NCAA. The lawsuit that has just been filed by these private schools, these 5 private schools, they have merit, and I believe they're going to win. It is a violation of due process. The OSSAA, I had trouble with them 15 years ago when I had to deal with Capitol. They are arrogant. They think they're the boss. They're going to lose that law school, and if they had any brains in their heads, they would come to a settlement and do the right thing. But it's not right to classify private schools different than public schools. It's just not right. It's illegal.
They got a cease and desist.
That's right. You'd think they'll learn their lesson.
They've been behind the 8 ball on this. Okay. Now, sports and politics. There's a big vote. Early voting has already started on the arena vote. There are all different sides on this. Your thoughts?
My thoughts on this, Colby, this is a very troubling vote, okay? But I'll say this. On Thursday night of last week, Channel 9 did a great story about, they went up to Seattle and did a story about Seattle fans. To my opinion, Channel 9, kudos, because your story changed my vote. I was originally against this. This is a bad deal for the taxpayer. But the fact of the matter remains is that this is a team that could move to Nashville, Kansas City, anywhere, Las Vegas, I don't know. But in any event, I'm going to vote yes. I'm going to hold my nose and do it. I'm a little suspect, though. They say that this deal is for 27 years. And by the way, they should have did what the Packers did and make part of the ownership public. That would have made a much better deal. But I'm going to vote yes, and I'm going to hold my nose doing it.
There's a couple of sides to it. There are people debating the data, but there's also the Houston Oilers, Baltimore Colts, Oakland Raiders, Seattle Supersonics, you name it. This has got a lot of sides to it.
Listen, when I travel for business outside of the state and I run into somebody and they say, oh, well, I've been to Oklahoma City or I've been to Oklahoma, but it was 20 years ago. The first thing I do is start preaching about how amazing the city is transformed in the last 20 years. And like, you got to go. It's like, it's completely different. Like, there's people downtown, there's businesses downtown, there's restaurants, there's all these things. As a guy that lives in Canadian County, my kids go to UConn schools, but I'm actually an Oklahoma City resident. I, too, will be voting yes. If we want to continue, as Mayor Holt always says, being a big league city, then we have to make big boy decisions.
But the ownership is only paying 5% of this deal. We are getting, taxpayers getting ripped off. This was an inside deal for the good old boys downtown. You know it, Scott, you know it
They
as
still
well.
get a vote for it, though.
But yes, because
they
sometimes you have to, just like in the legislature, you vote for bills that
but you're a yes.
Mama, yes.
Okay.
I'm a yes.
All right, so that's going to be interesting, though. We'll see what happens when all the votes are tallied Tuesday night. Hey, thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having
me. Tulsa.
Richard, you guys come back, okay?
We will.
Yeah,
we will.
Yeah,
and thanks for watching your vote count. See this again at news9.com and news6.com, and follow me on my socials at Mitchell Talks.